Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Well, if you don't know, there's some major fires happening in Los Angeles.
Yeah, if you've been living under a rock or a fire retardant tarp, there's unprecedented times happening here. So it's really stressful. Obviously, we're very lucky to be safe and unaffected by the fires so far. But
Yeah.
it's on all sides of us right now.
Yeah, and the problem is like, if the winds stay down, we will be fine. It's just that if the winds pick up, that's when it blows like all kinds of embers around, and because it's so dry, that's when other fires will start. We don't live on a hillside where there is tons of brush and things like that where we would be in imminent danger, but that doesn't mean there couldn't be building fires and things like that would affect us. But, we're not at the greatest kind of risk that people are on the hillsides and things like that, which is really scary.
Totally. I mean, obviously, our heart goes out to everyone affected.
Oh, yeah. This is not me saying like too bad, but like it's heartbreaking, the destruction that's happened and the people that have lost homes. And it happens so fast. It spread so fast.
I think if you're not in LA, it's hard to grasp how quickly this changed. Like, obviously in the morning I got supplies and kind of hunkered down, and in a matter of 2 hours, it was a real problem everywhere. And like, I've never seen a fire here spread that quickly. And then it's just popping up in multiple places. And we all have our group chats. Multiple people have consolidated. Like, I went to Katie's, a bunch of people went to Floor's. Raleigh's parents came. They are on the west side in Santa Monica, so they evacuated to her. Yeah, it's just been so scary and so sad for all these people. And yeah, I feel like that dog emoji with the tie and the hat that's just sitting there is like, this is fine.
Yeah.
Because I can say now, without a shadow of a doubt, we obviously don't get winter in LA, but nor rain, nor sleet, nor snow, nor
we
shine.
have summer season and fire season.
Nor fire will it keep us from you guys. Because we were like, I needed to record today. Katie's going on a trip and we weren't sure. And so things are chill right now as we record this. So we wanted to come in and yap a little bit.
Yeah.
Welcome to Disrespectfully
with Katie Maloney
and Dana Cathan.
Unapologetically,
we're here to do what we want to do.
Spilling the tea.
Babe, you're going to see the power of women. Like,
disrespectfully.
I want to say something.
What's up?
And you can give feedback because I'm really insecure about it. And then we can jump into the daddy list.
Okay.
So, you know that sometimes I traumatize myself by going in the comment section. And I feel like I've never said this on the podcast. We've talked about it privately, but I would like to point out, because I reposted a TikTok the other day that was like, am I using my lived experience to contribute to the conversation or being self-centered and rude? And the thing is, yes, I'm a Leo and like joke about loving attention, but I'm never trying to dominate this conversation. The one formal diagnosis I've never had is ADHD, but something's wrong. And I never am trying to interrupt you or honestly monopolize anything. Yeah, when we're chatting here, anyone at home listening who I bother with that, I'm sorry. I'm honestly not trying to be rude or being like the Dana show. It's just how I am, and I'm not trying to interrupt you. So,
do they say that you interrupt me?
Yeah, well, people are like, I'm too much and whatever. And I'm sure it's not everyone because we have a loyal listenership. But do you feel that way? Do you feel annoyed when we leave this room?
No.
Okay, great. Well, I'm sorry if that ever happens. And I'm sorry to you listening if I annoy you. I'm not trying to.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I feel like I don't think so.
I like our balance. I mean, when we first started and got that feedback, I was spiraling and I went to Leia and I was like, I don't like yes people. Tell me the truth. Am I doing this? She was like, no, I think you guys have a good balance. And sometimes when I'm listening back to the episode, I notice it. I'll ask a question and then interject someone and then something and then have you answer. But I'm just saying, give me some grace, people. I'm not trying to do that. And that's that on that.
Okay. If I ever feel like you are, I'll mention it. If something that like becomes a thing.
I mean, we've been doing it for a year, so I feel like this is pretty much
but
it.
I'm just saying, if it's some, like, I don't know, maybe, listen.
And who knows? I hope you're listening at home, shaking your head and being like, go piss, girl. We love it. Like, you guys are good. But I just wanted to say that in case.
Listen, there's always going to be somebody that has something to say about something. I don't care.
I know, and I'm just so sensitive.
And no, I don't mean to say I don't care, but it's just, listen.
I know, you can't win them all. You're not for everyone. But I'm just saying, collectively, if you've ever felt that way, it's my biggest insecurity, not just on this podcast, in the world. I hate feeling that way. And like I say, I land the plane in here. I say that to myself constantly in the world. So should we do the daddy list? The firefighters.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Every first responder firefighter that's out there right now is 100% on the daddy list.
People staying behind to volunteer to try and help them.
I know Steve Goomberg. He's on the daddy list. Like because he was there trying to move all those cars that were left behind. I loved seeing him on KTLA and loved even more that they had no idea who he was. So I was like, it's Steve Goomberg. You don't know who
I didn't know who it was.
But he was trying to like help move the cars, and he was urging people like, if you leave your car behind, leave your keys in there. But like, what a guy. I love him.
Love him, even though I don't know him. I love it. Well, I love him as one of the volunteers, is what I'm saying. But yes,
anyone that is risking their life, doing anything they can to help out is on the daddy list.
That's on the daddy list. I feel like we'll just share both of these. Also, people trying to help with animals, people going back for the horses. I mean, it makes me sick to my stomach. I need to try not to think about it, but
that image is burned into my brain.
People going back for their pets, people like one woman, I saw a story in Hollywood, by the way, the camera cut down to her kid, and her kid was holding from the movie Gremlins, the king with the mohawk, a figurine, like a big one. That was her doll. And I was like, did I give birth and I don't know it? You little girl, I love you. And she had her dog in her hands, and she raced back to the west side and ran up and like got her dog in the nick of time and ran out. And I'm like, anyone who has pets, we would all do that and understand it. So yeah, this is horrifying. Before I do the one that I have on my thing today, Allison, are you okay? What's happening in there? How are you doing with all this? Because you're from here. Tell people your experience about how crazy this is.
Yeah, I've lived in LA for almost 30 years, and I've never seen anything like this before. It's really scary. I have multiple friends whose family homes have burned down. A lot of my like old stomping grounds from growing up, I used to go to the Palisades a lot. They're gone. The lifeguard tower I used to work at is gone. It's grim. It's I don't really have anything else to say. It's just grim.
No, I know. Well, and also we love you. Thank you for being here today.
Love you guys.
You know, I told you guys both, but I'll say it here too. Like the day before yesterday, I was in the Palisades. My doctor's there, like right on Sunset, PCH. And I drove up PCH to Topanga, to Topanga Canyon home. And then not even 12 hours later, all of that in flames. So it's just crazy what a difference a day makes and all that. Like now, just like so sad.
The one daddy list I have is Ethel Cain's album Perverts came out yesterday, and I was planning to do a whole seance and listen, but then everything was awful. But I started it this morning, and the first song is 13 minutes, and it's just a melody and super haunting. She is such an interesting person to me and doesn't want to be as mainstream as she turned out to be. So this album was very much her resistance of that and scaling back, because it's not going to be for everyone. I was saying there's like a recording of a woman, and then all of a sudden it sounds warped and kind of like something from The Exorcist. I'm into it, and I will be finishing the whole thing. And I'm like, you can't shake me. She's trying to shake me. And I'm like, I'm not leaving. She could belch for an hour and I would listen to it. Like, well, I don't care.
But is she just trying to find her audience or her, demographic, really?
I don't think she wants to be categorized as pop in any way. So I read the Guardian article on the review of the album, and it was basically like she stripped a lot of it down. So there's only percussion, I think, on 2 songs, and it's just she's an artist, and it's very much her.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. She's trying to find like the people that are gonna resonate with her, and not just
her core people. And I'm like, again, you could hit me in the head with a hammer, and I would still be like, I loved that.
Thank you more,
Regina George punched me in the face once. It was awesome. So that's the daddy list. What other things were we planning on chit-chatting about today?
I mean, I feel very discombobulated.
Oh, we need to discuss the bodies in the JetBlue landing gear. So this was in Florida. It was coming from JFK. 2 bodies were found in the landing gear, and another thing, it wasn't in this, but an article I read said this is the second time this has happened. Not that, don't quote me, do your own research, but from not that far point from now. And what I want to say about that is, why is that so common? They flew. You guys, do you understand? They flew with the bodies in the landing gear area. And first thing I thought, just kind of Sopranos sounding. Like, Tony, what are you doing?
So, okay, question. They have to do a full inspection before they take off. The bodies were not there.
They had to be, because they landed with it. I don't think a fighter jet came and shoved him in there mid during the beverage service. Aliens?
No,
No,
I'm just
okay.
saying somebody, did you watch the Carry On?
Is that a film?
Yes.
No.
You haven't seen Carry On?
Is it new?
Yeah. Oh my God, it's so good.
Who's in it?
Jason Bateman
I
and
love
Taron
him.
Egerton. You need to watch it. Oh my God, it's
Do you want to
like,
watch that tonight?
I'll watch it again. Yeah.
I'm staying over.
It's
so
stressful.
good.
It's great. No, but like basically Taron Egerton plays a TSA agent.
So it's spooky.
It's like a thriller
Okay.
type movie. That's all I'll say. Everyone that knows it. But and Jason Bateman is kind of a terrorist.
Okay.
Part of a terrorist group. And they're trying to get a very dangerous weapon on a plane via using Taron Egerton being the TSA agent checkpoint person.
Interessante.
No, there's a lot more to it.
Something we both prioritized last year is self-care, and I can't recommend it enough as we kick off 2025. Let's keep these good vibes going.
And you can't talk about self-care without talking about Osea. Osea's Undaria algae body butter can help your body have healthier, glowier skin all over, all year long.
I shellac and smear the body butter and the body oil on you. I could slip right out of my apartment.
I know. I like to just like feel like real slickery in it.
Oh yeah, it is one of the most gorgeous, and I like to mix the two. I put it's like 3 parts butter to 1 part oil, just
you
like
put
in
the
cooking.
oil on, then the body butter, and that locks it in.
You
So
lock it
you're-
in. I like to mix it together.
You know what? To each their own.
We
But
all
I
have
like
our
that.
our own Osea path. That's mine.
I know, but the smell, the glow, I mean, you can't beat it.
Truly one of my favorite. Like, I'm not even just saying that because they're one of our amazing sponsors. I love Osea.
I love it too.
I heart Osea.
The body butter's luxurious, thick, unbelievably rich texture absorbs instantly and feels fantastic.
Fantastiche. Osea's TikTok famous, rest her soul soon, Undaria algae body butter is not your typical body butter. It's made with ingredients normally reserved for your face, like Undaria seaweeds, ceramides, and transforms dry skin to smooth, soft, and supple.
Skincare is self-care, and we can't stress how important self-care is, especially this time of year when everything feels extra hectic and stressful.
It does feel pretty hectic and stressful right now, I'd say, in Los Angeles.
Indeed.
But you know, it doesn't feel hectic? My skin. Give your skin a New Year glow up with clean, clinically tested skincare from Osea.
And right now we have a special discount for our listeners. Get 10% off your first order site-wide with code disrespectfully at oseamalibu.com.
You know what I love? I'm going to say it in one word.
Oh yeah.
That's when you put on your Honeylove and it just snatches everything in, but in the right places.
Yeah, I like feeling held in.
I haven't been touched in a long time. And guess what? Honeylove provides that hug for me.
It does. But I don't like feeling like squished. Feeling like snatched into something and feeling squished into something, 2 different things.
No, it's like a gravity blanket. When I feel anxious, I just put mine on and walk around in the apartment. It's great.
You feel smooth. There's no ripples. There's no bumps. It's just like, sit there and like rub my body.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes I try and rub your body when you have it on. You're like, stop it. And I'm like, I love you.
Shapewear has really come a long way since the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
And Honeylove has really been innovative in that.
Yeah, it is.
But what I love most is that Honeylove bras are made for all boobs and are so comfortable and supportive. You just barely feel like you're wearing it.
Honeylove is an independent, female-founded brand, which we love. More female-founded in 2025. These products are designed by women who, I don't know, actually wear them, which is so important because they have the breasts. They know what's going on. The founder, Betsy, is super involved in the designing of all Honeylove products, and Betsy really knows what's up.
I've been loving the Cross Flex bra. This bra is great because it's so versatile. It's awesome for anyone who is always on the go and would even be good for workouts.
Yeah, and if you know me, you know what? I'm known for not really wearing bras, the breast prison of it all. But I love Honeylove bras because they're so supportive while being wire-free, so I can tolerate them. And you know how much I hate an underwire. Honeylove's bonding technology lifts without the underwire.
And I'm a big believer that an outfit starts with a good bra, especially because I have boobs, so you got to really make sure that everything's looking good underneath the outfit. You need that support, and you also need to be comfortable. I feel the same way about their shapewear.
Totally. Your boobs are like, boom, and mine are like, meow. But, works for every boob. Their shapewear is designed to move with you so you can finally say goodbye to shapewear that rolls down anytime you breathe.
Honeylove shapewear uses targeted compression to enhance your curves instead squeeze them. We don't want that. It's designed to work with your body, not against it, and is super easy to take off.
Yeah, it is. Wow. Treat yourself to the best bras and shapewear in the market. Save 20% off Honeylove at honeylove.com/disrespectfully. Use our exclusive link and get 20% off honeylove.com/disrespectfully to find your perfect fit.
After you purchase, they ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Elevate your comfort, elevate your style with Honeylove.
Last year, Katie inspired me, as she does everywhere, to put more effort into what I wear every day. And I'm proud to say that now it's been a year and my legging drawer has been collecting dust, except for today as I read this, but that's because of fires. It's amazing how much better I feel when I put just a few extra minutes into my outfit. I can't believe that I didn't realize like what a gremlin I was. And then I put clothes back on and I was like, it's not 2020 anymore.
No,
You freak.
It does make you feel better. And I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
With a new year comes a new opportunity to reimagine ourselves and, more importantly, our wardrobe. This year, refresh your look with Quince.
I should clarify that just because I've retired my leggings drawer doesn't mean I've had to sacrifice comfort. Quince's cozy Mongolian cashmere sweaters look beautiful and elevated while still being insanely cozy, because you know me, I'm not giving up comfort to look hot. Gotta be comfortable.
I think comfort is always going to be super important. If part of your New Year's resolution is being more active, there's no better workout motivation than some new activewear. That always helps me, I think. Their moisture-wicking bras and leggings are designed to move with you during your workout. Should I have said wicking?
I was just about to say,
I
you mean you're
wicking? Wicking?
However you choose to refresh your look this year, all Quince pieces are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. And that's, like a lot of percent.
Oh.
I'm not a mathematician, but that's many
That's like
percents.
a lot of percent. They're able to do that by partnering directly with top factories, cutting out the cost of the middleman, and passing the savings directly onto you.
Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices, which we love because a lot of companies don't these days. And of course, they use premium fabrics and finishes for that luxurious feel in every piece.
I have a little snow trip coming up this month, and I'm so excited to wear my new Responsible Down long puffer jacket from Quince. I tried it on the other day, and it's so cute and warm. And it's hard to feel cute and warm in a puffer jacket.
It is. And well, they have great accessories too. It's not just clothes. I got a new pair of sunglasses recently and a cute little pair of gold hoops. That's what I live in. And I'm obsessed with them.
Upgrade your closet this year without the upgraded price tag. Go to quince.com/disrespectfully for 365-day returns plus free shipping on your order.
That's QUINCE.com/disrespectfully to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/disrespectfully.
Not to be Captain Obvious here, but it is insanely cold and windy today.
There's nothing I want to do more than stay in bed and not incinerate. But you know what got me up besides the motivation of, trying to stay alive?
Besides fear?
Besides fear?
What was that?
It was the thought of wearing my Bombas socks and underwear because that makes me feel better.
Well, you know what? Sometimes new socks and underwear is motivation to get out of bed. For me, sometimes getting out of bed and being able to tuck my little toesies into some slippers will do it for me. If you got cold feet like me, you'll love the warm, fluffy Sherpa lining and the marshmallow-like cushioning.
The secret is in their fabrics. We're talking about the good stuff like merino wool, which feels like a cozy as a ski lodge. But if you want to brave the cold on the slopes or a snowy run, Bombas has athletic socks built for that too.
I got my little snow trip coming up, and I know Bombas will keep me warm. They've really thought of everything. They know that little things really do make a big difference. So they removed all the itchy tags, fixed that annoying toe seam, and perfected the fit of everything. No more socks that slip down or underwear that rides up.
But it doesn't matter which Bombas you get because every Bombas item gives back. From every item you purchase, Bombas will donate another item to someone facing homelessness. Really, they've donated over 150 million items thanks to purchases like yours.
And if for some reason you're not a fan of what you get, don't worry, because they have a 100% happiness guarantee that covers free exchanges and returns too.
I mean, for me personally, I love an ethical component to brands. We look for brands like that to work with. So not only is it a great product, the toe seam doesn't bother you, it wicks the moisture, and it, makes the world better.
I just really love comfortable underwear. Comfortable socks.
You really do.
I have a drawer full of uncomfortable underwear that never gets touched, and then I'm digging for the comfy ones, the ones that don't ride up. Though I don't want to be picking anything out of my butt. Let me tell you that.
You're looking for the Bombas. They don't go up your butt cheeks. It's great. So try Bombas now. Head over to bombas.com/disrespectfully and use code disrespectfully for 20% off your first purchase.
That's bombas.com/disrespectfully. Code disrespectfully at checkout. Anyway, but I'm just wondering if something happened during the flight.
But how I just don't know enough about planes. I'm not an engineer of how if they could like, get it down there. But here's my thing: if Bob from 30E and Stanley from 15A just go missing during the flight, and all of a sudden they're dead and they're down there, I don't know. I
don't know. I mean, listen, watch the movie and you'll understand.
But the thing is, 2 bodies, not even 1, but 2. So, and also, this isn't enough of a story. I randomly saw a little blurb. No one is talking about this.
I just am curious, like, how they didn't catch it before they took off.
Correct.
Why they didn't catch it till they landed. That doesn't make any sense to me.
I'm just uncomfortable with the fact that this is not the first time it's happened, and everyone's been like, yeah, I guess we'll look into it. I'm like, yeah, maybe you should. Maybe you should take a look.
So this has happened 2 times?
Get
3
Sam
times?
Jackson on it. Snakes on a plane. Like, yeah, I'm like, well, also.
Get these motherfucking snakes off this motherfucking plane. I love it. No, but like, how many times are we talking? Like, how common?
Well, so far I know of 2 events in the past few months, it sounds like. And I think they were both JetBlue. And I love JetBlue.
Oh, yeah, me love some JetBlue.
You want a side of body with your mint? I'm like, what? I don't know. Bodies or snakes? What are you preferring on your plane? You have to choose.
Bodies. I don't like snakes.
I love snakes. But I'll go with bodies too, even though I love snakes, just because I don't know, are they venomous? Are they not? And the ones that I usually end up holding are, used to being held.
Like, but just how the fuck they're getting there. That's like, there's some corroboration happening. There's layers to this. You can't just roll out there and put body, like, I'm thinking of every movie I've seen, every crime movie I've seen,
Well, and everything is so monitored in airports and on the tarmac and whatever. Like, did you see that person that jumped out of before the plane took off? They had just landed and they jumped out of they opened the emergency door and got on the wing.
No.
This was on an Alaska flight not that long ago. I don't know what the fire department got him down and whatever. I don't know if they were having a panic attack or what, but like everything is so closely monitored to be able to fit not 1, but 2 whole bodies in the landing gear of a plane at any point. And poor whoever ended up finding that. Like, you're just doing your inspection.
I'm just wondering when they start investigating it, if there's going to be connection to the people, to the body, whatever.
Here's what I need. Anyone listening, if you work at that airport, it was in Fort Lauderdale. If your spouse works at the airport, if anyone has any inside info, please write in because we need to know what's going on.
We want to report it here first.
Yeah, obviously.
Is it JetBlue that's gonna start serving Magnolia Bakery's banana pudding? I read, how yeah, did you not hear that?
No, and I love that pudding.
Yeah, I think it might be them. It makes sense that it'd be them. It's one of the airlines. And then one of the other airlines is going to be doing Shake Shack.
Yeah, we looked that up, Allison. Here's the thing. The first time I went to New York was late.
Delta's doing
Shake Shack.
Shake Shack?
And then, who's doing the pudding?
The first time I went to New York was late in life. I was 28 and it was my dream. And I went and that was one of the things on my list was I have to go eat because I love banana pudding. And it is so. And
you do know that there was a Magnolia Bakery here?
Yes. Well, and then I moved here and I've got it several times when I just felt like a pudding. Honestly, it's been too long. Maybe I should go there and feel something. But
is it still open?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, well, I say that because last time I went was.
I know I haven't been
to. It's still there.
Okay.
We got it recently. And United. It's United.
That's doing the pudding?
With the pudding.
Yeah.
Well, they're pulling out the big guns.
They're pulling out the big ones.
But is the pudding only for business class? They're like,
probably, yeah.
Brokies, no pudding for you. I don't know. Maybe you can buy it. I would hope so.
I don't think so.
Only available to United First passengers.
Yeah.
Well, to which I say, I'm an econ all the time. So the fuck?
Well, I don't ever fly United.
Well,
unless I have to, because
Same.
it's like there's no other options or whatever. I don't mind United, but like I'm just been like I'm such a brand loyal person, and I get, I'm got points and miles and whatever.
Are you're mostly loyal to JetBlue?
Delta
or Delta?
and JetBlue, depending on where I'm going.
But aren't they partnered?
No.
Oh, they're not? Okay.
United and JetBlue are actually. They're affiliates.
I mean, I've had mostly with if you travel a lot, you're going to have bad experiences, but I feel like United has been the majority of my problems. So same thing. I only fly them if I have to. From Seattle, so Alaska's obviously the hub. If I'm on the West Coast, I'm doing Alaska, but then I prefer Delta or JetBlue. JetBlue is kinky. I love JetBlue. Even I feel like they have the best econ, and if I can do JetBlue, I do.
I love JetBlue Mint.
JetBlue sponsor
I'm
us.
such a JetBlue Mint whore.
Mint.
Sorry, slut.
Sorry.
Floozy.
For all the first class experiences I've gotten the pleasure of having, Mint is my favorite. Mint is so luxurious. I mean, I look forward to a Mint flight.
Delta One is pretty hard. I like it.
They're probably tied, but gorgeous. Love.
I love a lay flat moment with a big screen and like a little just like, table thing over here. I want a meal.
I don't care. By the way, we're not going to do airplane food slander. It's just like hospital cafeterias that I love. It's the same quality of food, and let me tell you, I love it. I think it's rich, and I am never passing up a meal in first class or at a hospital.
I can't speak about hospital food, but I love the whole experience on the plane is just, I love it. I love that when you order wine, they fill it to the brim.
You don't have anywhere to be. You got no cars to drive.
Yeah, but you'll be hungover. So we are going to be.
Yeah. Or sometimes pretty drunk.
I know, but you think like, they're like, do you want another glass? You're like, sure. They come just doming that glass. You're like, fuck, I forgot that you do that here.
I will say I was on a Mint flight once and I was 3 glasses of rosé deep, and the flight attendant came out and she's like, do you want to just finish the bottle? And I was like, stop shouting at me, but sure.
Love a challenge.
Love a challenge. Don't threaten me with a good time. Remember when we were landing in Georgia or wherever the fuck on the way to Georgia and you were hammered and fell over your suitcase?
I do.
I loved that.
Yeah.
Was that in the bathroom, like on the way out? Or when
okay, well, it had less to do with the fact of being like hammered and more just with the fact that like, don't do that. Don't make me seem like a fucking...
You're not I mean, if anyone's a drunkard, it's me. I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying we were lit, and I think it contributed, but yeah,
okay,
it was also...
Oh, it contributed, but it wasn't like it didn't help that like... Listen, I didn't...
The alcohol certainly didn't help the situation.
No, it didn't help the situation because we got off the plane. I'm like, whoa. Like, I was like, oh my God. I went to use the bathroom. I get out of I'm washing my hands. I go to move my suitcase. I don't, and take a step. The suitcase didn't move. I'm still stepping. And then I go over my suitcase. So it was like, yeah, I didn't really have...
unfortunate events.
Yeah, I didn't, I was, my sort of, I wasn't able to like, what do you call it?
Prevent yourself from falling? Walk?
What's the word? Were you
counterbalance?
Yeah, like I wasn't as agile or wasn't able to like, someone help me.
I'm having brain fog but we're not moving on until we figure this out. Calibrate.
Thank you. Yeah, it was happening. I was all, I'm like, oh, here we go. And then I just like, boom. And I get up and I'm like, I'm sorry. I apologize to the people that just watch me do that. But like, it happened so quick. I was like, oh my God, the bag didn't move and I'm stepping on and going over it. Bye.
Isn't that funny that I hadn't even noticed this till someone pointed it out, obviously online, that women apologize when they get hurt. For instance, when I'm getting my hoo-ha
No, I apologize
laser,
that I had to witness it.
Well, also that, but like if I'm getting pierced or I'm getting my butthole lasered or like anything that hurts, I'm always like, sorry. And I'm like, you are literally holding onto your ass cheeks, pulling them apart, and someone is taking a full 12, I do 12, the highest level laser, and going, that. And I'm like, sorry. Why am I apologizing to you? You're in my butthole.
Can we talk about spicy lasering though?
Okay. Absolutely. Here's the thing. I didn't use, because I've had so many tattoos removed, then reapplied I am the queen of being like getting them off and putting them back on. Tattoo laser removal is by far the most painful lasering I've ever done. So I have a pretty good threshold for vaginal, armpit, whatever. Lately, and the butthole is usually the easiest part. Lately, I've been twitching.
It gets spicy back there. But just in general, there's sometimes that it's like a little bit more spicy than other times, and you just never know like what you're gonna get when you get there. It doesn't help the positioning that you have to be put in. Like armpits are fine, but then when you have to just like lay butterfly knees open, just labia, just saying hello.
You're like, read my lips.
Yeah.
Hello.
And it's just you're just like, I just sit there with like my hands just squeezed together, just like get it over with. And like, all right, now I'm gonna go inside the labia, and it just it's just luckily it goes by so quick, but like, and then you're like, all right, turn on your side and pull your butt cheeks apart. I want to die.
It's so vulnerable feeling.
I just like stare at the wall, and I'm just like, just shoot me.
I try to go somewhere else. I
disassociate as far as I could go.
Lately, I've been doing my armpits and my cooter because I hadn't done my armpits. I just started
Because
that.
why the fuck wouldn't you?
No, it's amazing. However, if you're doing both, I asked the lady recently, I was like, I'm going to keep my shirt on and we can do this. And then I'm going to put my pants back on and we can do this. Otherwise, you're naked, butterflied like this. And I was like, I'm not going to be like
naked
Voldemort in the train
with socks on.
Yeah.
No, wait, I have a bra on. You don't have
Well, I don't wear. I don't wear bras, and so I'm like,
maybe that's the time you should wear a bra.
I look like fucking Voldemort at the train station after he goes to the in between. I'm like feeling so vulnerable, and then the butt cheeks of it all. Here's my question to you: how do you feel about the chit chat, the casual chit chat that they make? Does it help distract you? Do you like it, or does it make you angry?
I will take some distraction, but like I don't know. It's just, what are we talking about? So do you have a lot going on today? No, not that. Next question.
Well, look at where my knees are. Probably not. Probably not, Ladybird. For me, I don't like it. It makes me mad. And I don't like feel the need to, not because it's their fault, because when I'm in pain, like if it is hurting, they're like, well, tell me about your weekend. And you're like, it was good. I'm like, what? I sound like JP from Grandma's house or whatever. I don't like it. Don't talk to me.
I don't mind like the chat while it's happening. I first of all, I never like small talk. I never like chit chat. I think I wouldn't. I'm never okay with that.
Yeah, it's not for me.
Only because like I don't know, like it's not gonna help me. Like if I can be in a full conversation where I can actually be like listening to something you're saying, or I would rather you tell me a story so I can just be focusing on that than anything else.
Also, I'd rather like put headphones in and just like listen to something. But I can't believe the difference in pain between wax and sugaring and lasering. If you haven't done lasering, I will say, yeah, lasering stings. It's a little spicy, but it honestly, for the most part, is pretty easy.
But you get every now and then you get one spot. You get one spot that like will like literally feel like you got struck by lightning.
Yeah, it's like it's pretty chill.
Lightning struck up underneath.
Penetrated by Zeus. That's what it feels
penetrated
like.
by Zeus.
Making love to Zeus.
Riding
Sitting on that thing and
riding
spinning.
lightning. Exactly.
But waxing and sugaring.
I told you the one time I got waxed, I only went halfway, so I was like literally
my pussy bled. I did it one time and I looked like fucking, what's his name? Steve Carell in 40-Year-Old Virgin with his shirt. I'm like, you guys, I did one waxing and one sugaring exactly. And it was the most painful. No, you didn't tell me you couldn't complete. So you were just like looking like an Oreo cookie.
Yeah, basically. No,
what's a better analogy? You know what I mean.
Well, you know those like black and white cookies that you can get at like a deli?
That's better. They're called black and whites.
They're called black and whites. Yeah.
And you just, what were you like? Well, that again, it's like Steve Carell. We were just like, stop.
I'm literally gonna stick with my Bic. Like I can't do this. Like you guys, this is insane. It's insane. Like I not only did I have to grow this hair out, which like is uncomfortable and itchy, and I hate it. Now you're just gonna rip it from my skin, and then what? I'm gonna like let it just grow back out. So this is gonna be nice and smooth for like a week and a half maybe, and then I do the process all over again.
Katie, stick with my Bic. You moved on way too fast, but that's the funniest thing you've ever said in your whole. I'm gonna stick with my Bic.
Oh, truly.
The thing is that, yeah, and you have exactly with waxing and sugaring, you have to grow it out. But I like for lasering, you get to shave and it stops growing over time.
That's
and
so
then
wonderful.
you shave. You have to shave before your appointment,
they're
or
like,
that thing
keep
will
that
light
shit
on fire.
Smooth. Keep it smooth.
Okay, I will say in terms of the butthole. You know how you like when you're shaving the shower, you like put a leg up, spread a cheek, and you like get in there. But sometimes it's hard to do. One time I went up over.
Do you know how many times I've like pinched
Oh, it's risky business. Absolutely. Trying to I'm like, am I a contortionist? What does this look like? Cirque du Soleil to you? No, I didn't
No.
stretch before this
I
shower.
look like I'm trying to fit inside a box.
And one time I rolled over like a seal on my stomach and pulled my butt cheeks apart. And she goes, so, there's a little situation back here. And I couldn't get to it. And I was like, okay, well, do what you can. And it was.
Wait, what do you mean a situation?
She shaved me. Shaved me. They keep little bics in there.
I know, but okay. The fact that they've never had to do that must mean that I'm doing a pretty good job.
Well, good for you. You're an overachiever. And it wasn't early in my lasering career, but
No.
she was like, I'm going to have to do this or your hair singes and it could cause a fire or something. And so I was
No,
like,
I mean, it always smells, there's always because their hair follicles are still there. So if there's even a little bit of hair in the hair follicle, it smells like burning skin and hair when you're in there and you're just it's hot. Your skin feels hot. So your butthole hair.
If you've ever been in an operating room when they're using a Bovie and it's accessing the wound, that's what it smells like. And I'm like, I don't want my asshole to smell that way. So sure, go ahead and shave.
She's like, do you
anyway,
mind?
and then also you do an everything shower before because you're they're seeing more of my body than anyone in the last 3 years. And so I'm just like.
They see more of your body than anyone, even if you are in even someone that gets all up in that business, they don't even see that much. It is the most intimate experience you will have.
Well, you're not pulling your ass cheek apart manually at the gyno. I only did that once. I learned my lesson. Never did it again.
With this type of lighting, no one's ever seen my labia like that. In that kind of lighting. No one's ever seen my asshole like that up close. Nobody.
I can't believe I just admitted to all these people that they shaved my asshole. Anyway, it happened once. It was a situation I did my best.
Oh my God. Well, you gotta get, does your shower have a ledge?
What do you mean? Like a tub? Yeah.
Just get your
Katie, my leg was up and I'm telling you, I'm bending over.
You gotta go underneath and then you gotta do reach behind.
Yeah, I know the process. I missed a spot apparently, but anyway, it hasn't happened since. But possibly.
And the worst part is then you have to just feel.
Yeah,
do the touch test.
Oh yeah, you get in there anyway. We all have hairy buttholes. Also, okay, can we talk about my nipple hairs and yours and everyone's? I'm sure. If you've decided to become a boss in 2025, you need to know about Shopify.
Starting a new business can be incredibly daunting. I know all about that.
You sure do.
It's normal to have doubts and questions, but you can do it.
Yeah, you can. Because you're our listeners and we believe in you.
Mm-hmm.
Some questions you might be asking yourself: how do I get started? How do I come up with a brand? How do I sell stuff to people? What am I even going to sell?
Well, take a deep breath. Shopify's got you. How do I know? Because I had the same questions when I started, but here's what we learned.
We've done the legwork. The best time to start your new business is right now, I would say.
Yeah, and Shopify makes it really simple to create your brand, open for business, and get your first sale.
Ugh,
how exciting.
Cha-ching. Get your store up and running easily with thousands of customizable templates. We love a template. No coding. This is not MySpace. You're in the new age. No design skills required. All you need to do, drag, drop.
Let me tell you, some of those temples are real cute.
They're real cute.
They look really sleek. You would think that you went to someone and spent a lot of money to come up with that design.
Yeah, you're like, do I have a whole team behind me?
And whether you want to have more of a retail type of space, restaurant, they will really gear the templates to whatever kind of space you want to create.
Right.
They're powerful social media tools let you connect all of your channels and create shoppable posts, and you sell everywhere people scroll.
Shopify makes it easy to manage your growing business. They help you with details like shipping, taxes, and payments from one single dashboard, allowing you to focus on, the important stuff like growing your business.
Mm-hmm.
What happens if you don't act now? Will you regret it? Probably. What if someone beats you to the idea? Don't kick yourself when you hear this again in a year because you didn't do it now. With Shopify, your first sale is closer than you think.
Established in 2025. That has a nice ring to it, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I think so. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/disrespectfully, all in lowercase.
Go to shopify.com/disrespectfully to start selling with Shopify today. Shopify.com/disrespectfully.
If you are a renter, I'd start taking advantage of Bilt if I were you. Here's the thing. We earn points on groceries, travel, and practically everything else we buy, but we should also be earning points on rent.
Duh.
Yes. One of our biggest monthly expenses.
It is my biggest monthly expense.
Me too.
Bilt changed the game by letting renters earn high value points on rent and around their neighborhood. It's honestly been a lifesaver and it's genius. Why didn't I think of it?
I wish I would have thought of it. There is no cost to join Bilt, and as a member, you'll earn valuable points on rent and on your everyday spending.
Bilt points can be transferred to your favorite hotels and airlines and even the ones you haven't heard of. There are over 500 airlines and 700,000 hotels and properties around the world that you can redeem your Bilt points towards. So I don't think you'll have a problem finding a way to get there and stay there.
Points can also be redeemed towards future rent payment and unique experiences that only Bilt members can access.
So if you're not earning points on rent, here's my question. Why not? Martha Stewart does it.
No one can answer that question because they should be.
If it's good enough for Martha, it's good enough for me.
Mm-hmm. Start earning points on your rent you're already paying by going to joinbilt.com/disrespectfully.
That's joinbilt.com/disrespectfully.
Make sure to use our URL so they know we sent you. Joinbilt.com/disrespectfully to start earning points on your rent payments today. Today's episode is brought to you by Ollie. Clean, fresh nutrition your dog needs in 5 flavors they'll absolutely flip over.
And then you can give them a treat because they did a flip. You don't have to be a veterinary nutritionist to know that feeding your dog real whole foods with minimal processing is, I don't know, one of the best choices you can make for their health, I would say.
Yeah. A perfectly portioned whole fresh food diet has been proven to extend your pup's life by 2.5 years.
Which is
just adding time to their life.
That's basically 15, when you think about it.
I know. Who doesn't want more time with their best friend or friends? In my case, tattoos.
You do have the friends. With absolutely no harmful fillers, no preservatives, Ollie is made in U.S. kitchens with ingredients carefully sourced from trusted growers and producers from around the globe. Because the time between Ollie's gentle cooking and your dog chowing down is minimal, they don't need preservatives for that extended shelf life. It's not like what we eat from gas stations.
With 5 protein first recipes like fresh beef with sweet potatoes, fresh turkey with blueberries, or fresh lamb with cranberries, you might start thinking, dang, my dog eats better than I do, which is what I think all the time, because they do. And that's probably true when it comes to Ollie.
I wasn't going to shout that at you, but I was going to say. They eat like Gordo, but they eat like kings.
They do.
Truly. So here's how it works. Introduce them to your pup, fill out Ollie's 30-second quiz, and they'll create a customized meal plan based on your pup's weight, activity level, and other info. Get expert recommendations. Ollie crunches the numbers and recommends the right recipes, daily portions for your precious pup based on hundreds of thousands of real dog results. Get your starter box. For any first timers, Ollie will send you your pup's first box with 2 weeks worth of meals and a guide of how to gradually switch them over to their new diet, which is so important instead of just like throwing something new, introducing slowly. Customize your plan. Ollie offers 3 meal plans to choose from, so you can choose between a full fresh plan, fresh topper plan, or a mixed plan with the fresh baked recipes for your special fur baby. They also have treats and supplements, for the flips, which is great.
Switching them over or just even using it as just like a kibble topper, they call it, a garnish, if you will. That's kind of like what we've been doing because, they also like are split between 2 households. Butter and Gordo are very picky. Butter will go on straight up hunger strikes if he doesn't like his food.
The way that I come over sometimes and their bowls in the past have been full. I'm like, what's going on? And they're just like, no.
No, it wasn't. The chicken wasn't to their liking or because we'll do like a little rotisserie chicken or something in there. But the Ollie, the first time I gave it to him, they both gobbled it. Mm-hmm. And I was a little worried that Gordo was going to throw it right back up because he eats too fast. But no, it stayed down. And it made me just so happy because like I really want them to have more of this like whole like fresh food in their diet just because, they're getting a little bit older and I hate thinking about the day that they're going to be gone. So to know that they really like do enjoy this food, I was like, thank God.
You're like eating your hot dog while you watch and you're like, do as I say, not as I do.
Literally.
Give your pup a fresh start this new year by letting them taste test a personalized meal plan with Ollie. Head to ollie.com/disrespectfully. Tell them all about your dog and use code disrespectfully to get 60% off your first box of meals when you subscribe today.
Plus, they can offer a clean bowl guarantee on the first box. Gordo did that. So if you're not completely satisfied, you'll get your money back. That's ollie.com/disrespectfully and enter code disrespectfully to get 60% off your first box. Start your dog's new year off right with Ollie.
I'm blonde. I have fine hair. My body hair is like non-existent. It sounds like such a pick-me thing to say, but it's not because we talked about this before. Like, you got tetherball in the 5th grade, and you're like, what is it like having to braid your leg hair? Okay, I didn't have that experience, but my nipple hair is surprising because it looks like Sasquatch. Sometimes I look down, I'm like, why? But it just like the chin hairs, I love to tweeze them. When I all of a sudden notice it, I'm like, well, these could be French braided. So it's time to.
I know, but
they're actually not that pink because they're so fine, even though they're dark and long. I'm like, it's like blonde north of my head and Sasquatch south. What are your nipple hairs like? You get those, don't you?
Yeah, no, it's pretty much the same. But you
get nipple hairs, right?
I mean,
Hell yeah.
I don't.
Do you tweeze them or no?
I don't tweeze my
Use
nipple
the
hair.
appellator.
Or yeah.
What's
so
that?
an appellate, I usually do that, or sometimes we'll tweeze if it's like a really gnarly one.
It's like a spinning thing and it'll like rip the hair out.
It's smooth, but like it's like a really smooth, like smooth shave. Like you can do it for like bikini. Like it's like it's like a. You've never seen like an electric razor?
Well, no one's looking at my breasts lately, so I don't either. Until then, all of a sudden I look down, it's, winter's coming. But also, my nose hairs are getting crazy. I'm like, is this just what happens when you age?
Do you want to wax them later?
I did just wax my nose hair.
Oh my God, I love waxing
I
nose hairs.
tweeze them and it's painful.
Don't tweeze them.
No, you gotta wax.
Oh no, you can get infections if you tweeze them.
And wax, you can't?
Mm-mm.
You have wax at home?
Yeah.
Okay, by the way, also, in my Katie clothes, I brought just a mini face wash and moisturizer in my emergency bag, walk into Sephora, aka Katie's apartment. I always forget the product queen. I'm like, I went to almost ask you this morning for deodorant. I opened your medicine cabinet. I couldn't even pick what I wanted to use. Full deodorant right there. And I was like, yes.
Deodorant and a million products that are just unopened.
So do you melt? Is it the kind you have to
and then you stick
a Q-tip?
No, it's like a little plastic thing. Not a Q-tip. A Q-tip kind of scares me.
Yeah, let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's wax my nose hair
So
tonight.
you take it out and you go.
What do you mean?
You feel naked.
Well,
in your nose.
The problem is nose hairs aren't hot, but they do serve a purpose in terms of filtering things, kind of like your eyelashes. So are we supposed to be doing that? I don't know.
I only wax like the tips, like the edges.
Just the
well, yeah, I mean, I don't cram it up there that far. Like I don't
just
go,
the tip?
I don't go
Yeah,
far
just
in. Yeah, up here. You
Just
don't.
the part that shows.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think you're gonna shove it up your entire fucking cavity, but okay. Well,
you just kind of like go. You just plug up the. You just stick it like right inside, so don't go that far.
We also need your waxing and laser horror stories. I just told you guys about being shaved by someone I didn't know more than 3 minutes, and I want to hear what's going on with you. I actually meant to ask you about this a long time ago. Did you see the gal? This is so upsetting. Did you see the gal that posted a video? She was like recording like this, her conversation, arguing with her waxer. You couldn't waterboard this out of me. The waxer was like, I'm sorry, we cannot complete the service that you have an infection and the odor is overwhelming. I can't. She was being totally respectful about it. But the lady who had the infection was posting it. And I'm not shaming her because our pH gets messed up or whatever. But she was like, she thought she was going to flex on the woman online and people were going to come for the waxer. And everyone was like, the waxer did absolutely the right thing. If they're telling you have an infection, I can't complete your service, you should go to a doctor, not TikTok.
She's probably just trying to help you. Like, ma'am, why are you not seeking medical attention? Like you don't notice?
Well, I don't know, but she just put it online. Just like that, so cavalier. And I was like, I mean, I draw the line at telling you guys about my shaving, but wow, that is so upsetting.
This one's the guy about the penile casing.
Yeah.
Maybe they should.
Well, maybe that's how he got it.
No.
Maybe it was that lady. Maybe they've been hooking him.
No,
I don't know.
think she probably has like BV or like something like that.
Oh yeah, I'm not shaming. I've had more yeast infections than a fucking bread factory, but it has nothing to do with cleanliness. Some people are just prone to sensitive pH. It is what it is. But
Tell me about it.
When I was pregnant, I had to have Danny shave down there.
Well, at least you're married. She didn't propose at all. But how was it? Because I see couples doing that. Did he do a good job? Do you know?
I don't know. I'll never know.
Okay.
You didn't do
I
a
hope
field
so.
test?
No field test. I'll never know.
Here's a question, probably a stupid one. Can you get lasered while you're knocked up?
No.
Probably not. Too
I
close
don't
to the
think
baby.
so.
Not.
I don't think so. Yeah, no.
I did get waxed, and your sensations are like very heightened.
100,000.
And it was the worst experience of my life. Worse than childbirth, actually.
You got waxed and all of a sudden your baby's bald.
He was bald. I
Taking
will
that hair
say
out?
my baby is bald, but no,
I bet he
it
had a
was
full head
worse
of
than
hair before that
childhood.
happened. And then you had to go get a wax.
Maybe.
I know whenever like you're extra sensitive, they're like, "Are you close to ovulation? No. Are you close to having your period? No." It's like, so basically, again, there's like a window, 1 week window when it potentially could be less painful. Lucky us.
Yeah, during the week. And I'm not paying attention to that while I'm scheduling. My hair tells me when I go. It's not the other way around.
I'm just trying to stick on a schedule. So that way, I don't know, I'm not overstimulating the hair, but I'm keeping it at bay, keeping it under control. If you go too much, once you like get to the point where it's like not growing back, then you can all of a sudden stimulate the hair to grow back. Excuse me?
I'm on an 8-week schedule.
Me
What's
too.
yours? Yeah. When I'm there, I just re-up the next appointment.
I meant to use this winter time to do my legs, but I just haven't.
I know. I
And-
didn't either.
Yeah, my quest to becoming a dolphin is still,
So you're out for the 2028 Olympics? You're not
yeah,
going to be competing?
no.
Okay.
Well, actually, no, it's sometime, maybe next winter, because that's the bitch of it is like you can't be in the sun. Not that I'm going to be heading into the sun, but like I just think to get on that program of first every 4 weeks for how long, just to get it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
If you've done laser, you know what the process is, and like to
Process
start
should
it
be.
now would be like maybe kind of foolish.
Well, and here's the thing. This is the least wintry winter we've had. I walked out the other day wearing a coat. My upper lip was sweating. And I was like, I honestly wish it was colder. And I'm going to be in shorts pretty much tomorrow. So maybe next winter we'll try it out. Oh, I remember. Okay, just really quick. While I was in the comment section crying, someone was like, podcasts used to be good. Now they're resorting to telling stories about some girl pegging her boyfriend. Cool. Yeah, I'm sorry if this is a peg friendly zone. So, and I don't know if you had been tuning in, this is who we are. This is, we talk about all of it. So I don't really know what the problem is.
This is like we're telling our stories, our listener stories. Like this is the program.
So that made me giggle because I was like, that was one of my favorite shares we've ever
Oh,
had.
yeah.
The follow up,
It was a saga.
the bravery.
It was it's saga.
Speaking of pegging, do you know who I walked by the other day when I was doing the Silver Lake Reservoir?
Speaking of pegging,
You'll know why in a second. Abby from Broad City.
Oh my god!
No way.
Yes, it was such a good one, and that was one of the ones where I was like starstruck, and I looked at her dog first and looked at her, and I did this because sometimes you're trying to register, you think you know them, but it's just LA, so there's famous people everywhere, and I stopped and like she had a hat on. I didn't want to bother her, so I didn't say. I never, and I looked down. I didn't want to, but I was like, Abby.
oh my god, what a good sighting.
That was a good one of my faves that I've seen
Yeah.
recently. I loved it.
I would have leapt out of my skin.
Yeah,
Broad City sighting, I would. Yeah.
such a good one.
I watched Ilana Glazer's her stand up, her new one. It's so funny.
I need to watch it. I love her.
She's just like the same. Like she's a mom now, but she still talks about like being stoned and like it's amazing.
We love it.
I love it.
For the 100th time in my life. So Out of Office is one of our sponsors. I almost finished that jar of gummies, but here's the thing. They're only 1.5 milligram, so it's nothing. And I've been eating them at night before bed. I want to kick this thing up a notch, so maybe we'll try that tonight. Do you have that THC soda or whatever? at your
Yeah.
house? Okay, so it's day 8 dry January, which again, that's not like that big of a deal. But let me tell you, the last 24 hours of our lives have been very stressful. And watching Katie have a nice glass of that sweet, sweet nectar last night, I was fighting for my fucking life. But I really want to microdose and see if I can get a little high without needing to go to the padded room.
I also have the Out of Office, like I think they're 3 milligrams.
I know.
so-
Well, I was thinking that too, but you had tried to get me to try that soda once, and I said no. But now I'm, sober magober. But yeah, let's eat some gummies and watch scary things.
I can't watch scary things and I'm high. Sorry. It has to be
Yeah.
funny.
Okay, we can do that too. But
I'll
I
go.
mean, that's like my comfort stuff, though.
I know, but it's not like if it has to be one thing or the other. Either I'm watching scary stuff or I'm high.
No, let's get high, and then we'll circle back on that.
You know,
Watch Hannah Einbinder's stand-up special. She was in Hacks.
Oh.
Is it good?
What
Is
is
that
it
the
on?
redhead? Oh, I love her.
Okay.
Okay, Allison's sitting a little far back, so if you couldn't hear it, you'll hear it in editing. Well, I hope that works out for me because honestly, I feel good. Again, it's only 8 days, but I'm loving it so far. But maybe I want to get a little high. I don't know. And I know people can make the argument. They're like, no, and I'm like, I think even if I end up continuing to not drink or that becomes part of my life, I'll always be Cali sober in terms of shrooms. Those will be legal soon, so I guess that's fine to say. I love mushrooms. Whatever.
Yeah.
If it's a plant, who cares? Plant medicine. So I just wish that I could smoke weed. I want to be a person who can just rip a joint and feel good. And it's just
do
not.
like a little tiny. That's it.
Also, I know this is a lie because I definitely hate your beginning of this episode, but I'm also nicotine free, and that's quite difficult. I had a hard time with that last night. But anywho, do you know what a flock? Okay, so ravens versus crows, both gorgeous, 10 out of 10. Want to make friends with them.
Yes.
Do you know what? Ariana told me this the other night. Do you know what a flock of ravens is called?
No.
So crows, a group of crows is murder.
Right.
A group of ravens is a curiosity.
Oh.
They're called a curiosity. And I was just like, and then there was one, they can have another name. It was something like troublemakers or something. Like I'm quoting it wrong, but it was a bad connotation. And I was like, no, I like curiosity.
No, curiosity is good too.
So there's this crow I've been following, a raven on TikTok.
Tickle.
Yeah, so there's this raven, and obviously he doesn't recommend. He's a birder or some like a wildlife rehabilitator, so they're not meant to be pets, obviously. But they couldn't be released, and it talks a little bit like a parrot. And he asked it to say tickle tickle, and I was expecting like tickle tickle, and it literally goes tickle 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 tickle. I was like, are you auditioning for System of the Down? What is happening right now?
It is
shocking.
Yeah, it's a little off-putting.
Well, and it's just like, you look like a bigger crow, so I like you. More crow to love. But I'm like, your voice is scurry.
Yeah, I'm a little jealous that he gets to do that though.
I know. I want one so bad. And then there's a lot of bird content, but this guy in England somewhere has these 2 parrots that he like flies. Like they have really good recall. And so just watching their journey, I spend so much time looking at birds.
I was driving down the street, like whatever street it was, like right by my house the other day, and I was just driving by and I saw this guy who was like waiting to cross the street, jaywalk essentially. And he was just sitting there like waiting across the street, and he was looking, and in his hand he had a parrot. He was casually walking around holding a parrot. I was like, did that guy? He did.
Did it look like a big one?
Not huge, but it was green and it was definitely a bird.
Yeah. Okay, definitely a bird.
Just out getting a coffee with his bird.
Have you heard of the San Francisco parrots? Or people are going to be mad. I don't know what type of bird it is. I think it is a parrot. They're all these green birds that years and years ago, someone brought one and like lost it. And so they populated the area and they're not indigenous and shouldn't be there, but they are all over the place. And I'm like, why does nothing like this ever happen to me? I would love to wake up in the morning and be surrounded by parrots. Like, this is great.
Oh, that'd be great.
There's so many animals that I want that I can't, because Laszlo, I'm like, imagine I stick a crow inside and a monitor dragon or lizard or whatever you call it. That little.
Or they could be the exception and become best friends.
We love an interspecies relationship, but I don't see that happening.
Whenever there's like a pig and like a dog that are like best friends and nap together and stuff, it's the cutest thing ever.
I've been seeing a lot of cats in horse barns making out with, because I love when horses are so gentle, and so the horse will be like, like petting it with its mouth.
What's like a huge animal with a little tiny animal, and they're so gentle with it, and they understand that it's this like little tiny being, and they have to. It's so cute. It's so cute. Or when a little tiny animal rides the back of a bigger animal.
That's what I'm saying. The cat's been walking around on the butt. We love it. Should we do the basement?
Yeah, go first, because.
Well, I think we can just put fire. And
no, let's put wind in the basement. First of all, I've never liked the fucking wind. I used to make a lot of car trips out to Vegas, and it would always be so windy, and it's so scary. Like, wind is truly scary for any type of condition, whether you're flying in a plane, driving in a car, or when there's wildfires. Like, it is one of the scariest conditions that weather can produce. So I go in the basement.
Yeah, I think we can collectively just share wind. And also, last night I was leaving my place, and a very sketchy, because the power was down, they had to manually open my garage gate. And I was walking out. I have Laszlo, her supplies, my supplies, and a very, very sketchy person ran toward me. He was standing there still and then just ran at me, and I like ran away from him, and my taser wasn't like inaccessible in my purse. And I had my flashlight in my hand, so I just like shone it in his eyes, like, I am watching you, and this isn't a mag light, but I can make it seem like one. So I'm gonna put him in the basement. Men that run at women in the night when there's a blistering storm and wind. That was frightening. And then as I was heading to her place, the main street that I would go through was sectioned off because the tree had fallen down, and the intersection light wasn't working. It wasn't even blinking. And you know how you go up, everyone stops, looks both ways. I looked both ways and this guy like flew around the corner and almost T-boned me. I had to stop short. So I'm like, everyone's driving like.
That's the way wind can down power lines, trees, light, like the street lights will go out. So it makes the conditions so dangerous all around. Like I hate the wind.
I do too.
Boo, wind.
Okay, I think that's the episode because everything's awful and we got to get out of here. But I'm so glad we were able to get this done. And stay safe out there, everyone. If you're in LA, we're thinking about all of you.
Yeah, please do.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Babe, you're going to see the power of women. Like, disrespectfully.